strawberry on the, like I never imagined, for me was, like a wake up call, readjust my mindset and refocus. Today I'm sending like 70 flyers about solar to my people, just to work in a different way. But yesterday for me was a no turning point. The time is now, don't look back. Thank you. Thank you so very much.
Awesome, Virginia. And here's what's interesting. We often mention, and I'm sorry that I didn't get to talk to you. I was pulled in a million directions. I wish I would have talked to you.
I know.
And what it's often said that in these big events is when the big decisions are made. And that happened for Anthony Bonilla. That happened for Ramsey Clark last year. I know that happened for a lot more people and a lot more people this year. We had more people this year than we did last year. Next year, it's going to be over the top. I'm going to hire an event planner to handle all of the event because it's going to be more people and it's just going to be amazing. And we're just going to keep leveling up. I might do something earlier because it's going to be at the end of next year. I might do a regional event of some sort, which it will be a one-day event, right? So probably in March or something. I'm not sure yet, because doing it once a year like this, the once a year thing is awesome, but doing another regional one. Now, let me get your guys' feedback. This was in California. This is that we have a lot of California people, but let's say the next event we had in Vegas, is that something that you guys would you like Vegas more or would you like Cali more? I like a vote. Matter of fact, why don't you just unmute yourself or put it in the chat if you would travel to Vegas or Cali? What would you prefer? Honestly speaking, what would you prefer?
Well,
Vegas. Both.
If it's 2 days, sometimes it's a lot to go to Vegas. Here is easy.
Yes.
But one day in Vegas, obviously, it makes a lot of sense too. It could be a Friday or just a Saturday. And I mean, as many options as possible. We have to be flexible and to adjust at different, options that you can offer.
Awesome. Well, good. We're getting a lot of good feedback. Anthony Brennan says that he'll attend anywhere, even in Dubai, if needed. So
Dubai.
I like that attitude, brother. Maybe one day we will have a mentor factory in Dubai, right? It'll be, the top of the line one. But I appreciate again everybody's input on this. So here's the deal.
I just wanted to say something real quick.
Yeah, Calvin.
Jesse. Yeah, sorry, I can't have my camera on. I need to get a new one. But I was at the the Mentor Factory, and it's my first time. Started in April. Voice is a little bit raspy from all the coughing, but I just wanted to say, man, thanks a lot, JC, for you and the leadership team, everyone that took the time and energy to put these events together. It is crazy. Like, I have to agree with Paul. He just said earlier, man, it's crazy for the amount of value and the amount of golden nuggets that we're getting from these top producers and people from different industries like Jay Nolan. I mean, these guys are sought after speakers that get paid thousands and thousands of dollars, and we're getting it for what, like 150 or 200. It's a huge bargain. And I just want to say, man, it's an amazing event, and I already got my tickets for next year, and I'm super excited to have an amazing team to be out there to learn as much as possible. And to your last question, man, like I think one thing that you mentioned is that it's kind of crazy that you mentioned that you have people traveling from like Puerto Rico or like all the way from Florida, like on a 1 day's notice, and you have people that are literally 3 minutes away from the the event, and they're like, oh shit, I can't make it, right? So whether it's Vegas or California, I think it's the ones that are really committed to it. It's like, yeah, you know what, it could be even in Dubai. That's amazing.
Yep. Thank you for that, Kelvin. And yeah, it's interesting. One of the things that I mentioned at the training is there's people that the week of the event were in Puerto Rico, 3 of them. The week of the event, they came out to here. Nita, which is somebody that I personally recruited into the business, has a couple people on our team. That week, they decided we're going. They booked their plane tickets, they came. And yeah, there are people that are local that didn't make it. And here's a couple reasons why people don't make it. Sometimes it's a money situation. Sometimes it's too much money that they have, the situation why they don't make it. Meaning success gets to their head. Listen, I'm telling you, it's the weirdest thing in the world. Sometimes people say, well, I'm closing deals consistently, and they kind of snub at the idea of going to get trained. Let me tell you something. There's going to be people that are new, that are going to learn how to build a business that will make more money than these people that I'm mentioning on a passive income. It's already happening. and it's going to continue to happen. And eventually, some of these people are going to humble up and say, hey, I'm going to go and get trained, right? And to no surprise, the people that show up to my training, to Jonathan Bernasso's training on Tuesdays, those tend to be the people that, guess what, show up to these big trainings, right? Because they're used to the personal development, right? They're used to the personal development. Don't let your lows get too low. Lewis said at the training, don't let your lows get too low and don't let your highs get too high. If you're closing a bunch of deals, don't let that make you say, oh, I don't got to attend training, man. Why am I going to attend training? Because I'm making money. You still got to grow as a person. And we are making money because we're in an incredible industry, but it's not always going to be that way. But if you level up as a sales professional, as a builder, as a leader, you can go out there and duplicate it over and over and over. People that have followed me for a long time, Anthony Bonilla, my brother, a couple of folks here, they've seen that happen, right? So anyways, my recommendation is, listen, man, let's all be very, very coachable. Let's all go out there, make it happen, because we've got an incredible opportunity in front of us. So I appreciate that. So by the way, I want to give a shout out. Keith Cancel, Keith and we spoke at the beginning of last week. He says he's ready to take his business to the next level. He lives in Massachusetts, if I'm not mistaken. And Keith says, I'm ready to go to the next level. I said, if you're ready to go to the next level, you got to be in California this weekend, Keith, no exceptions. He flew. Not only did he come to the Mentor Factory, but he's staying an extra week because he wants to work with some of the champions here, because he sees that there's champions here in California. So he's actually going to meet me at the office right now at 11 a.m. and he lives in Massachusetts. Here's the deal. That's now when you get him around and you hear stories like that, it makes you level up. Your proximity makes you level up. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. So here's the deal before we get started. And again, today's is more of a recap. Okay. Today, we're not going to do an extensive training. As you guys could tell, I don't have a whole lot of voice from this weekend. So here's the deal. This weekend, we offered everybody that was at the convention the next Mentor Factory next year. Some of you guys bought tickets for $149. Some of you guys most people bought the tickets for $199. You put the link again, Jessica. We have the pre-sales tickets for $100 to the Mentor Factory. You want your next year's ticket? Pay $100 instead of $200 or $150. I would recommend, if you missed it this time and you're saying that you wish you would have made it, commit right now. Don't say that don't merely be interested, be committed. If we only charge $100 for the event total, we'd lose money with what it's going to cost us, right? With the speakers that we got, their hotels, their plane, everything, $100 is not going to cover it. Yeah, just
Can I say something? Yeah, just remind them of the date. We have the date for October, same dates, but that might change.
Yes,
So it's
we
not
have
for
it
sure
for
date.
October. So the date's still tentative, but it is at the end of the year. It'll be October, November time, right? We just had to book something right now because we wanted to give people an opportunity to purchase their tickets for next.
You know what, JC, I tried to buy the ticket yesterday, but it told me there were not more available. I was
Jessica, there is more.
Isn't fixed, yeah.
It's already fixed. I tried, but I couldn't a lot of times.
Yeah, but just try today and it'll be fixed. Because we just did a couple and it's sold out, and then we added a couple of more. But what we have now is all we have, because we cannot afford. We're gonna have at least 200 people next year. We can't afford to sell more than X amount of tickets at that price. It just doesn't make sense.
Okay, thank you.
So here's the deal. You can buy a ticket for $100, 5 tickets. I recommend you show up there with an army. 5 tickets, $500. Just buy a 5-ticket pack, or 10 tickets is $900. You get 1 ticket free if you buy a 10-pack. This is going to be, we're probably going to let it go till tomorrow. That's it. After tomorrow, we're closing it down regardless how many tickets are sold. We just want to give people that, that option. Anthony Bonilla is one of the top leaders in the company. He had a bunch of people there. Guess what? Anthony Bonilla bought a 10-pack. That is not a surprise to me at all. Matter of fact, I could have guessed. I knew he was going to do that. Because that guy knows he's in this for the long run. He is committed. He's not merely interested. He's not going to show up by himself. He's going to show up with an army. We have to start changing the way that we think. A lot of times we think, Les Brown says, it's not that you aim too high and miss. It's that you aim too low and hit. By the way, some of you guys, I see you very comfortable in your house, and I'm expecting you to be at the office. So I hope you get this thing on your phone, listen on audio, and start driving to the office, because I see y'all a little too comfortable. Let's close out the month. I got no voice. I didn't see my kids this weekend. I'm still going to show up for you guys. I want you to show up for me. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
So here we go. So here's what I'm saying. It's not that people aim too high and miss, it's that they aim too low and hit. If you have a goal just to show up to the Mentor Factory or to the convention or whatever the case may be, or to this training, if you got 3 people on your team and that's all you got, do your absolute best to get everybody on this training every single Monday. Again, today's an exception. Today's a little bit of a day, lazy day. We've been training our ass off all weekend. Okay. So I just want to set some goals with you guys for the end of the year and give you some tips and some advice on how to finish off the year, because we're towards the end of the year. We got 2 months left in the year, man. We got to go out there and make it count, right? So I'm going to give you guys some tips for building your business between now and the end of the year. But I also want you guys to know, if you want to get your tickets for Mentor Factory, go pre-buy your tickets, commit to it. Let me tell you something. Let's say you commit to it, you can't make it. I guarantee you there's going to be people that are going to want to buy your ticket for $100, 100%. Because there's going to be people next year that are going to buy it for 200. You might be able to say, I bought it for 100. I'm selling it for the pre-sales price of 150, and people will snatch it from you. If, let's say, something happens and you can't make it, I guarantee you there'll be people that'll buy your ticket. Okay, you'll even profit on it. So here's the deal. Enough of that. You guys already know that. I'm going to give you guys a couple of tips. And right now at the end of the year, and this is going to be something simple but so incredibly important. Most people are going to let their foot off the gas right now because they see that their customers in the world is letting their foot off the gas. They're winding down. They're getting ready for, soon, a week or two from now, people are going to get ready for Thanksgiving. Then they're going to get ready for Christmas and New Year's, and people check out. People are not checked out yet. Even if they were checked out, if you don't check out and you keep prospecting, I don't care. You keep prospecting. Let me tell you something. If I was door knocking, you know what I do today? I go door knock early before the trick-or-treaters, right? I mean, there's a difference in the mindset. And if you guys went, we trained strong on the mindset, on the subconscious mindset. Jay Nolan talked about that. If you guys get that, which, by the way, I had a whole film crew there. The whole thing, every bit of it is recorded. All of you that did not make it are going to be able to buy this event for $100. If you didn't make it, you're going to be able to buy it for $100. Does that sound fair enough? So you're going to be able to purchase that event because you weren't able to make it and rewatch it over and over and over, right? That's the second best thing. That's going to be available in a couple of weeks. The video guys are putting the whole thing together. So it's going to be available, and I'll release that information. So just stay tuned for that. But there's a difference in the mind between a producer and somebody that's not a producer. My recommendation is try to build up to 100 miles an hour as best as you can between now and the new year. Let's say you get to 70 miles an hour. You enter the new year because the holidays are going to slow down your momentum. Good job, Bill. The holidays are going to slow down your momentum. So if you go and you hit the holidays at 70 miles an hour, you enter the new year at 35 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour. That's much better than starting at 0. I'm telling you, start building right now. Somebody asked me, JC, what would I do? I'll give you an example, and I'm going to have a similar conversation like this with Keith. Somebody said to me, JC, from another state that we were not in. He said, JC, if I were to build this business, let's say I were to come to California for 2 months, and he did, what would you recommend? What would the game plan be that you give me? I said to him, you're going to come here and this is all you're going to dedicate yourself to. He says, yes. I said, great. Here's what I recommend that you do. You come to Cali, and you show up to the office from 10 a.m. to about 2 p.m. and you're calling realtors. Here's the deal. Write this down. Your biggest resource is your resourcefulness. Your biggest resource is your resourcefulness. Realtors are some of the best leads you will ever find. I recruited a gentleman who I email blasted. Realtor has 4 appointments with past customers of his. He says, this appointment, Mia, she's ready to go, JC. I already told her what the monthly payment is, and she's ready to go. You just got to show up. I don't know how to take the application. Right? Yes. I don't know how to take the application. So I'm going to show up to that. Hey, how did I get them? I have a CRM of agents that I have my assistant in Panama go into real estate websites, put these contacts in my CRM, and from time to time, I email blast them. And this guy replied back saying, hey, I am interested. Call me. I gave him a call, and he got started and we've got 4 appointments for the week. Right. So check this out. If real estate contacts are some of the best contacts, for example, there's a new mentor here, Patty Ochoa. Say hello, Patty.
Hello.
Let me tell you something about Patty. You guys looking for a great mentor? Patty just hit mentor. She's a real estate professional. I started closing mentor deals for her. I personally recruited Patty. When I recruited Patty, she would take me to her. The only not so positive thing about working with Patty is that her customers want to meet in person. So I was kind of used to doing it via Zoom, but it wasn't far. So we would go and we would sit down and I'd present to the customers, and then the customers would say, well, this looks pretty good. Let's see what Patty says. Patty, what do you think? Should I do this? Patty goes, yep, you should do this. Then they turn to me, they say, okay, let's do it. Like 3 in a row, ask Patty if they should sign the documents and go solar. They turn, Patty, what do you think? Patty says, I think it's good. They turn to me, they say, okay, it's good. Sign me up. Lay downs. That's a realtor. And I've got stories after stories after stories. Some people are complaining, I got no leads. What do you mean you got no leads, man? There's 10 million free names, phone numbers, locations, company names of realtors that you could pick up the phone, smile, and dial. But it's not that you don't know what to do, it's that you just are not willing to do what is necessary. So what I would recommend, let's say, for example, let's take that example. JC, for example, Keith says, by the way, Keith is a baller. Keith right here that came from Massachusetts, that dude don't need this for the money. He needs this for the time freedom. He makes great money, but he sees the value of the business. And he's going to come down, spend a week over here, and he's going to go door knock. That dude doesn't need a door knock to make money. He makes great money. His job. He's got a high paying job, but he says, I'm going to go down there and I'm going to connect with your guys. I want to go door knock and I want to be in the environment because I want to make this business work for me. So I want to make the kind of money that I'm making on a passive income level. And I want to be able to have my own time freedom. So you got people that are motivated because they don't have money. You also got people that are motivated because they do have the money, but they don't have the time freedom. So there's some people that are time broke. And I'm not saying, excuse me, that Keith is time broke, because I don't think that's necessarily the case, but he wants to do his business on his own terms. So imagine giving 50 realtors a call, even if it's something simple, right? Like, let's say I call Patty, Patty answers the phone. I say something along the, hey, Patty, how's it going? My name is JC. She says, hello, say hello. Well, anyways, listen, I'm giving you a call real quick. I know that you're a realtor and I just wanted to ask you, I actually am in the solar business and I wanted to see if you're currently working with a solar professional. I just made that up on the fly, man. Okay. But something along those lines, make up in numbers where you lack in skill, right? And you're going to fine tune it. If she tells me something along the lines, no, I'm not working with anybody, but I don't really, I'm not too fond of solar. I say, fair enough. Patty, I'm guessing it's probably because you think that there's going to put a lien on your client's property. Yeah, but I'm not interested. Hey, no problem at all, Patty. I wish you a great day. Just know this. We offer solar loans that do not show up on, they don't even show up on the credit. It won't even affect the debt to income ratio. And anybody that you refer, you'd make between $3,000 and $4,000 just for referring them. If you change your mind, let me know. And if it's okay with you, I'd love to email you some information. If nothing else, is it okay if I email you some information? Does that make sense? And what if you do that 50 times a day? I guarantee you somebody's going to bite. Not only that, realtors are feeling it. They are feeling the heat right now. You got about 2-3 years. I believe we got about 2 or 3 years that this is going to happen. So let's say, for example, by the way, on my podcast episode, the last one that last Monday, the next one is launching tomorrow. Okay, because of this event, I had my video crew all weekend. So my podcast episode this week doesn't launch until tomorrow because it's usually every Monday. Last episode I did is, what would I do if I had to make $100,000 per month, $100,000 for the year for the first time ever? So let's pretend I had never made $100,000 a year. What would I do if I had to start from scratch to make $100,000 for the first time? Go to YouTube, to the Driven Not Given podcast, watch that episode. You want some personal growth? You want a training like I normally give you on Mondays? Watch that episode. See what I would do step by step, which guess what? Here's a teaser. it has to do with solar. It has to do with the game plan. What is the exact game plan? Because I use that also to recruit people that are not in solar. Trust me. The reason why I have that podcast is a couple of reasons: network, credibility, but also to recruit people. And I recruit a lot. That's my creative way. It is fun, right? It's fun. I network with other people, but I recruit a lot of people with it. People watch it. What would I do? Let's listen to this guy. Then they hear, wow, I had no idea there's so much money in the solar business. Guess what? That video, you can use it with people. Hey, check out my mentor. Check out one of the guys I work with. There's a great video on how to make 100,000 if you've never made 100,000. This is a cool podcast episode. Now check this out. If that person sees it, says, hey, this is pretty cool. That's interesting. Actually, I didn't know that about the solar industry. You can show them what the solar industry is. Good job, Louis. You can show them a video on what the solar industry is. And here's one thing that I share with you guys, that this is a tool that is underrated. It's being used, but it's underrated. I'm going to share it with you. Hold on. This is a tool, a 3-minute tool that I use to prospect people. Okay.
It's often said that in order to win in business, you have to be in the right.
I'm going to share my screen. How many of you guys, by a show of hands or on the chat, have already seen or shared the Solar Gold Rush video by a show of hands? A few of you guys only. Here's what I recommend you do. Get the video. I'm going to put the link on I'm going to put the link here on the chat. And what you want to do is you want to save this video. By the way, I made it easy for you. Here's a link. I just went to copy it. I don't need to copy it. Solar Gold Rush Video.com. I even go and buy domain names for us. You could go on that solargoldrushvideo.com. That way you don't have to go search for it on YouTube. You know, oh, Solar Gold Rush, boom, there it is. Send it over to somebody, right? I'm going to share with you guys. It's a 3-minute video to pique people's interest, right? On the opportunity to sell solar. So check this out. Actually, let me stop sharing. I don't think I shared my audio. So share, sound, okay. Check this out, 3 minutes. Pay close attention, please.
It's often said that in order to win in business, you have to be in the right place at the right time. A famous billionaire also once said, if you want to get wealthy, identify where the masses are going and get there first. Well, there's an industry that 100% of the population is going to need, and it is already creating many 6- and 7-figure income earners, the solar industry. Let's face it, in the next 20 years, we're all going to drive electric vehicles and live in homes powered by solar panels. It's not a matter of if, but a matter of when. Here are some important facts to consider. In 2017, gas-powered cars hit their peak sales, while EVs are increasing in sales every year. And those electric vehicles are going to be charged in a home with solar panels. In California, by the year 2035, no more gas-powered vehicles will be sold. Since 2020, it is the law that all new homes must be built with solar panels, and by 2045, all homes in California must have solar. The world is moving to renewable energy, and this is creating a tremendous opportunity for those who see it. Let's look at solar by the numbers. In America alone, 130 million homes are connected to the dirty energy grid. 90 million of those homes qualify for zero-down solar, and so far, just 4 million of those homes have solar. That leaves 86 million homes in America alone that need what we offer. Remember that famous billionaire quote, "Identify where the masses are going to get there first"? Now consider, the richest man in the world today, Elon Musk, is in this very industry, and our company happens to be the fastest growing solar company on Earth, and the Inc. 500 number 43 fastest growing company in America. Now let's talk about the money. Our reps make an average of $7,000 to $10,000 commissions for helping a homeowner go solar with zero out of their pocket. Some of our reps make between 2 to 5 sales daily. That means we help a homeowner save between 20 and 50% on their electric bill. A bill that they've always had, a bill they will always have, and a bill that will always continue to increase over time unless they go solar. Frankly, solar's not much of a sales pitch, it's more of an IQ test. And what are the requirements for a customer to go solar? A 600 FICO score and zero money down. Okay, so we understand that solar makes a lot of sense. And we also understand that we can make an incredible income by helping homeowners own their own energy. But you know what's better than making an incredible income for our efforts? having the opportunity to earn a tremendous leveraged income as well. Our company offers its members the opportunity to have a nationwide solar brokerage, where you can have the option to introduce others to our company and earn an incredible passive income on sales made by them and their team. This part is 100% optional, but let's say you referred Michael to our company, and Michael helps his best friend Larry go solar and save $100 per month. Michael made an average of $7,000, and you made between $500 and $1,200 because you were the person that introduced Michael to our company. This override income is paid on 6 tiers of leadership. One day, our children and grandchildren will ask what we were doing when the world was switching to renewable energy. What will you answer them? Get back to the person that sent you this video so they can share some more details with you about our incredible company.
Stop sharing. How many of you guys like that video? Okay.
I like the video. There was one thing though, JC. It did say Inc. 500 instead of Inc. 5000.
Well, no, it is an Inc. 500 list. So it's the Inc. 5000, but there's also the Inc. 500 for the top 500. So
is there?
Yeah, they describe it in 2 ways. Yes, when you're in the top 500, then you mention the Inc. 500, right? So yes. Okay. Somebody said though that he's being green. That's funny. You paid attention to the training this weekend. That was an awesome training, man. So anyways, listen, I created that video. I wrote the script and I hired somebody on Fiverr to create that video for me because I'm a firm believer in something fast to expose people to pique their interest, right? That is, if you like that tool, use it, send it to people. People will give you 3 minutes to watch it. What it is imagine you pitching somebody on White Solar, or the video pitching somebody on White Solar. The way that I got that gentleman, Al Brown, is because that's a video he watched. He says, I want to know more. This sounds amazing. This makes sense. Solar's a future. How can I know more? He was at the event, by the way. I recruited him 2 weeks ago. He was at the event all weekend as well. 4 appointments this week. And stories like that, we've got a ton. So I recommend that you use those tools. I'll give you guys, to close off, a couple tools I use. I use that video. I use opportunity.solar. That's a presentation I did. And it's a presentation that I use when I want somebody to watch a full presentation. Opportunity.solar, right? That's a full presentation. So I use solargoldrushvideo.com, which is that one you just saw, and opportunity.solar. So let's say I pique somebody's interest. Let's say I'm, headed to the airport. Say, all right, John, I'm going to send you a video. Give me 3 minutes of your time. Trust me. Watch this video for 3 minutes uninterrupted. You promise me you're going to do that? Yes. Great. I'm going to send you a video, bro. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, no big deal. But watch the video, and I want you to give me your opinion. Check this out. You guys have today opportunity webinar. We should pack out today's opportunity 5 p.m. webinar. There's one happening today, right? Even though it's Halloween, right? Okay, good. Good. So here's the deal. Let's say you get somebody to watch that 3 minute video. You have a way higher likelihood of that person agreeing to go out to 5 p.m. than not, because they watched a 3 minute video that piqued their interest. But if it's just, most people are not very good at piquing somebody's interest with their own words. But if you get somebody to watch a video that does the heavy lifting for you, I'm telling you how to recruit, man. Because here's what you do. You pique interest, you show the plan, and a 3-way call if needed. Let's say I pique David's interest. He says, yeah, this sounds interesting. Huh, I didn't know that about solar. This sounds interesting. What time is that? Is that meeting you guys have tonight? We have a corporate overview, David, today at 5 o'clock Pacific time, bro. It's from 5 to about 5:45. After he watched the video, he's significantly more likely to actually join the 5 o'clock meeting opportunity webinar. Does that make sense? And the reason why is because you piqued his interest. I've got people that would not get on those. That I have been inviting for months. And for what they kept saying, I'm going to join, and they don't join. I'm going to join, they don't join. Then I get them to watch that video. They say, bro, I had no idea a lot of these things that the video shared. Show me. When can I get on? And I sent them opportunity.solar because it was like a Wednesday. I'm not going to wait till Monday to expose them. We talked about this in training this weekend. Invite to recruit or recruit to invite. I'm not going to wait till, let's say it's Tuesday. I'm not going to wait till next Monday. I'm going to say, oh, you're interested in taking a look at what we do? Check this out. I'm going to send you a video presentation. It's about 24 minutes long. I want you to watch it uninterrupted, Frank. Can I get a commitment from you, Frank, that you're going to watch it with no interruptions? It's only 24 minutes, bro. Now, remember, I already anchored them with the 3-minute video. Maybe you want to use a 3-minute video with people, only with people that are procrastinating to see the opportunity. Fine. They're procrastinating to show up to a meeting, to show up to a webinar. You don't got 30 minutes? No problem. You don't got 30 minutes? Give me 3. Give me 3, bro. Send them that video. Have them watch that video. You should watch that video and understand it and use it and share it over and over and over, right? And opportunity.solar is the other video that I use. You guys know for closing sales, another tool that I use is, and I forgot to mention it this weekend, I use smartsolarrep.com. Put it on the chat, please, Jessica or somebody. Smartsolarrep.com. I've closed so many deals. I've gotten so many appointments that I wouldn't have gotten had it not been for that. Smartsolarrep.com is a company. That's just a domain name that I bought so I could easily share with my team. Notice how I buy domain names all the time to make it easier for you to find stuff, right? So it's that right there. You can give somebody a free Vegas trip for 3 nights and 4 days for free. 3 nights, 4 days for free. Not the flight, but the hotel room. So being in Cali, there's also Orlando, there's Cancun, there's like 22 different locations, okay? And so what happens is, let's say I got somebody that, homeowner that doesn't want to give me the presentation, right? Doesn't want to give me the appointment. With that membership, I pay $37 a month, $37 a month. I could give unlimited trips to Vegas or to Orlando. And by the way, in Vegas, it's hotels on the strip. I could give them to friends and family members. Unlimited. And the reason why is because hotels 90% of the time are not fully booked. So when they're not fully booked, guess what happens? They want to book them up because they know that if you go stay there, they'll give you the hotel for free, but you're going to spend money at the casino. You're going to spend money at the restaurants, at the shows, etc. It's just business. That company's been around for over 10 years. My friend Javier, who's one of the top leaders in our team and in the company, he uses that like clockwork, and he's been using it for his insurance business for a long time. I use it for my solar business, and I use it for my credit repair business. It works like a charm. So now if I'm a mentor or a sales pro, I have an edge that the other guy doesn't. So let's say I'm sitting down with a customer. They say, hey, listen, we're going to meet with another guy tomorrow and stuff like that. Let me ask you something, Mr. Homeowner. Fair enough. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, I ask you, let's get you started today. Don't meet with the other guy. And as a thank you for not meeting with the other guy, I give you a trip to Vegas. Would that change anything? You guys see where I'm going with this? Or let's say a guy that doesn't want to meet with me. Hey, tell you what, listen, he keeps giving me excuses. My company has a promotion. And by my company means you. You are the company. You are your own solar broker. So I'm not asking you to lie. You're not lying. Remember, you guys hear me say all the time, you have your own solar brokerage with an $85 per month overhead. I don't encourage lying. Okay, I don't like telling not even white lies. So here's the deal. What I say and what I teach my people to say is, hey, Jessica, I get it. I know that you're busy, but listen, my company actually has a promotion this week. If you just allow me to sit down with you to show you your solar savings report, they give you a trip to Vegas for 3 nights and 4 days. Okay, there's no timeshare presentation to sit through or nothing like that. Even if you let me present, and as soon as I'm done presenting, you send me to go kick rocks. Doesn't matter. If you allow me to present to you, you get the trip to Vegas. Now, if you're out in the East Coast, there's places in the East Coast. You want to send them to Cancun? Send them to Cancun. Does that make sense? That is a tool that I use as well. I recommend, especially mentors, tier 2s, right? Anybody and everybody. That's a great investment. So you can pay $37 a month, or you get like 2 months free if you pay for it for the year. I paid for it for the year. And I use it all the damn time. You can use it with your team for promotions for the team, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So anyways, just wanted to share that with you guys. I'm going to close this off. I got to get to the office. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Trust me, this here is a labor of love for me. I love seeing people grow. I love seeing people win. I genuinely love people. My recommendation, guys, is go and build strong, build momentum, enter the new year with momentum. One of the things that we did at the Mentor Factory, Jay Nolan, he said, I didn't come here to do a trading. I came here to conduct a funeral. He said, I came here to conduct a funeral for the old you that's procrastinating, that's not taking action. That person is dead and gone. This is a new one. Oh, it was fire. People were getting chills. You should have seen. People were jumping out of their seats. It was an amazing experience. Because here's the deal: the Mentor Factory, it isn't just about training. It's about a family coming together and enjoying and growing together and enjoying people's company. It's a lot of fun. It's just fun. And next year, we're gonna have an official after party. We're gonna cater food. So that's what I'm saying, for $100. Now, the $100 doesn't get you the after party ticket. There's a separate after party ticket. The after party ticket is going to be $200. For those that pre-buy their ticket, you're going to be able to buy the after party ticket for $100 as well. So for $200, you can attend the Mentor Factory and the after party. By the way, there's a small possibility not a small possibility, a fairly good possibility that the after party is going to be on a yacht. I got to look at the finances. I don't want to shoot myself in the foot, right? But I know that the yacht's going to cost at least $6,000. So the people that pay $100 for it, we're going to lose on that big time. So I got to be responsible, but there will be an after party. It's going to be awesome. Anyways, I appreciate you guys. It's Monday. Let's go out there and crush it. God bless all of you guys. Have a great day. Thank you.